Hello, my name is Johanna Jimenez Ramirez. In Spanish, my surname is Jimenez Ramirez. I was born in Colombia, and I'm the writer of a literary piece called Ready and Dressed. When I was studying production, and when I was working, I was having some problems with Scientology. For my production in journalism, I have written about Scientology. I have investigated it quite fully. I have spoken to a lot of people. I have visited a lot of people. I have contacted people in Colombia and also in the UK. And the research, the reports basically are that Scientology is the plague, nocturnal plague. They can be compared to the Nazis. They are basically doing the same. During the time when I was studying and working, and also during the time when I was writing Ready and Dressed, I was having some problems with Scientology. The problem was that some of my belongings were being stolen. Some of my very personal and valuable belongings. I had jewelry stolen. I had Colombian emeralds stolen. I had documents stolen, reports, intellectual property. I had tickets to events stolen, events which I was going to report about. For example, also the Olympics. The other things were, or the other belongings, or the other problem with Scientology is that they are taking identity of the person, identity from the person's race, identity from the person's spirit, their brain, their reproductive system, their entire body. And they know how to do this. They invade these parts of the body, and they will have access to these parts of the body and take the information. They use methods, and they also use machines, lasers, electricity, radiation. They are justifying these crimes by invalidating and defaming the person they are doing this to. They are saying the person is inferior race, poor, with nobody around them, no family. They can also say anything. They could get you into problems, many things, just so that they can isolate you and have access to your identity. There is a very big problem. When this identity is taken, in my case, they have taken my identity. They have penetrated parts of my body and taken identity theft, and they have passed it to Kate Middleton from England, from the UK. And it's theft of image, it's theft of intellectual property, it's theft of identity. There was one report in the newspaper, Globe magazine, saying that Kate Middleton had been fed a contaminated horse meat. She had been fed my identity of a writer, identity of a producer. I also practice agriculture. My dad worked in agriculture in Colombia. Also, I have performed in dance and many cultural activities. I have also worked in accounts and in banqueting. My dad had a property which he let out to a banqueting school in Colombia. So the problem is that I have had identity theft, and it has been transferred via the Scientologists, who are the plague, who can be compared to rats, to thieves, to robbers, which come out at night. And Kate Middleton has been wearing my property, and this has been going on for a couple of years now. The rats haven't been stopped, and unfortunately there are psychiatrists which support the Scientology rats, and there are also lawyers which support the Scientology rats. There's one psychiatric unit in Edgware, in Middlesex, north of London, which there were psychiatrists and others who supported this activity of identity theft. Also, unfortunately, 2 family members have had identity theft. My brother, his name was Felipe Jimenez. He was a gymnast. When young, he was also an altar boy, and he was also a cadet. He also taught. He spoke Spanish and English. He practiced agriculture. His identity was stolen. As a result, his brain, his head was massively modified, and he couldn't operate too well. Also, his reproductive system was modified. His physiology changed a lot, and his psychology. So his identity of a gymnast was transferred. It was stolen. He was being kidnapped by psychiatrists, by Scientologists, and this was done by psychiatrists in the UK. And Scientologists in the UK. Also some lawyers which approved of this. There is a lawyer, Kate Lewis, from ABL Solicitors in London, which approved of this identity theft. Also, there are other lawyers which have not admitted this. Rodney Hilton Potts from Fulham Broadway. Also, several psychiatric units in London, and the Scientologists in London. There is Saint Hill in East Grinstead. There is London Blackfriars in London. There is a celebrity centre in London. There is a Free Winds ship which was in the Caribbean. There is Scientology in the USA. Another victim in my family was my dad. He worked in agriculture and he was an accounting auditor. His brain, his head was modified, and his reproductive system was also damaged. So his identity of accounting auditor was transferred to somebody else. He was being isolated, kidnapped, lied to, and all of these identity thefts do cause massive damages. Other people in my family that have been affected are my mother. Her name is Gladys. She has practiced cultural activities her entire life. Also, she was into sports when she was young. And my two sisters, Adriana Jimenez and my other sister, Diana Jimenez, both practiced gymnastics when they were young. They both have suffered because of the activities of Scientology, identity theft, and theft of property. This theft is a massive crime, and I am looking for justice, for compensation for damages to my health, as it has affected my psychology. Also, it has affected my physiology, my social life, my employment, my family life, and also my financial life. And as a result, I am looking for compensation. I continue working in journalism. I continue working in productions. Also, as I have written a literary piece, Ready and Rest, I continue with Ready and Rest. And I also continue with my performing activities for health, for exercise, and for enjoyment. And as a performer, I do hope to achieve greater health. Also, as I practice natural remedies. I practice natural remedies and therapies. Thank you very much, and you can contact me on the given emails. Thank you very much.